Feeling ignored or overlooked by someone can be a deeply unsettling experience, evoking a range of emotions from hurt and confusion to anger and resentment. In such situations, it's crucial to approach the matter with a level head and a well-thought-out strategy. In this video, we are introducing the reflect, assess, and act approach, a framework designed to help you navigate the complexities of being ignored while maintaining your composure and personal well-being. 1. Reflect. Stay calm and composed. When someone starts ignoring you, you might feel a bunch of strong feelings all at once. You could feel confused like, why are they doing this? Or hurt like, what did I do wrong? You might even get angry and want to yell at them. This is all normal. Being ignored makes us question our self-worth and wonder if there is something wrong with us. But these feelings are only temporary and don't mean you are a bad person. It's important to take a deep breath and not react right away out of anger or hurt. If you lash out, you could make the situation much worse. Instead, pause for a moment and let those intense feelings pass through you without holding on to them too tightly. After you have taken some deep breaths, do a self-check. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is it really about me, or is something else going on with the other person? Remind yourself that someone else's actions don't determine your value as a human being. You are still a good, worthy person even if this person is treating you badly right now. During the self-check, aim to stay calm and grounded. Don't let your emotions take over and cause you to overreact. When you feel centered again, you can look at the situation with a clear mind and figure out the best way to respond. 2. Assess to understand the context. To better understand why this person is ignoring you, think about what kind of relationship you have with them. Is it a close friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, family member, or just an acquaintance? The closeness of your bond can give you clues about what might be behind their cold behavior. For example, if it's a good friend ignoring you, there was likely a misunderstanding or argument that led to this situation. But if it's a coworker you don't know well, maybe they are just shy or reserved. Looking at the history and dynamics of your relationship can provide valuable context. There could be all kinds of reasons why someone chooses to ignore another person, and it may have nothing to do with you personally. Maybe they are going through a rough time in their life and are pulling away from everyone, not just you. Perhaps they are stressed about work, school, or family issues that are weighing on their mind. It's also possible there was an accidental miscommunication, or they misunderstood something you said or did. They could be holding on to that misunderstanding and giving you the cold shoulder as a result. Think about any potential misunderstandings that could explain their cold behavior. As you're trying to understand the situation, look for patterns in how this person has been acting towards you. Is this a one-time thing where they are unusually ignoring you? Or have they been consistently cold and distant over a period of weeks or months? The timing and frequency of their ignoring behavior can reveal important clues. If it's just a single occurrence, there may be a specific incident or misunderstanding behind it. But if this person has been icing you out repeatedly over a long stretch of time, that points to a bigger issue in the relationship itself. Identifying these patterns can clarify whether this is a temporary rough patch or a permanent breakdown in the relationship. 3. Act and respond appropriately. If you decide to address the situation directly with the person ignoring you, it's best to start with a non-confrontational approach. You don't want to come across as aggressive or accusatory right away. That will only put the other person on the defensive and make them less likely to open up to you. Instead, approach them calmly and simply express that you'd like to understand what's going on and work things out. Express understanding and empathy. When talking to the person about why they've been ignoring you, try to show that you understand they may be going through their own personal struggles right now. Acknowledge that whatever is behind their cold behavior, it is likely a difficult situation they are trying to navigate. You're not necessarily excusing their actions, but you are demonstrating empathy for the fact that they are human and may have good reasons, even if you don't know those reasons yet. By taking this compassionate approach, you help create an open environment where the other person feels safe enough to explain what's really going on without being attacked or judged. They may share things they've been dealing with privately. Expressing empathy and withholding harsh judgment is key. Give space if needed. In some cases, the person may need some time and space to process whatever personal issues they are facing before they feel ready to discuss the situation with you. If that's the case, Don't keep forcefully pursuing them for answers or resolutions right away. That could push them even further away and damage the relationship. Instead, make it clear that you are available to talk whenever they feel prepared to do so, with no pressure. Tell them you care about the relationship and want to understand and work through this, but that you also respect their need for space in this moment. Then give them that space. Refrain from bombarding them with messages or attempts at confrontation. Let them have the breathing room to sort through their own thoughts and emotions first. They'll be more likely to open up when they don't feel smothered. Focus on yourself. While you're giving the other person space and time, turn your energy and focus inward on taking care of yourself. Don't become obsessed with analyzing their every action or inaction. That path leads to more sadness, anxiety, and deterioration of your own peace of mind. There's great wisdom in the saying, you can't control someone else's behavior. You can only control how you respond to it. So, in this situation, respond by investing your time and energy into self-care practices that fulfill you as an individual, apart from this one relationship. Spend quality time with other supportive family and friends who appreciate you. Pick up hobbies and interests that make you feel good about yourself. Taking this approach allows you to master your own emotions and moods rather than allowing another person's actions to dictate how you feel about your whole life. Set boundaries. If the person's pattern of ignoring you persists for an extended period, despite your attempts to understand and communicate, it may be necessary to firmly set some boundaries around the relationship for your own well-being. Perhaps you limit your interactions with them temporarily, or let them know you will have to disengage from the relationship altogether if their unresponsive behavior continues. Setting these types of boundaries isn't meant as a threat or punishment, but rather as a self-care strategy to prevent them from continuing to hurt you over and over again with their silence or cold shoulder. You're establishing a line that you cannot allow them to cross without consequence, not for their sake, but for yours. Boundaries reinforce your self-worth and make it clear you deserve to be treated with basic human respect. Consider pursuing other relationships. In an ideal world, we could preserve all of our existing relationships even through tough times. But realistically, some relationships may become so damaged and toxic that the healthiest path forward is to let that connection go and focus on finding new, positive relationships to fill that void with. This is especially true if the person ignoring you has a consistent pattern of disrespecting you or other forms of toxic behavior, beyond just occasional moments of distance. At a certain point, the time and energy you're expending trying to make that relationship work could be better invested in cultivating new friendships and bonds with people who fully appreciate you and are present for you. Don't chase after or cling to relationships with those who seem dead set on ignoring your worth as a person. Have enough self-love to walk away and replace those who can't treat you with basic kindness and respect. When you feel ignored by someone, it's normal to go through a whole whirlwind of emotions like confusion, hurt, anger, or low self-esteem. But you don't have to let those feelings take over and damage your peace of mind. The reflect, assess, and act approach gives you a step-by-step strategy to stay in control and respond in a healthy way. Pause to let intense feelings pass, then calmly evaluate the context of the relationship and potential reasons behind the other person's behavior. When ready to address it, lead with empathy and allow space if needed. However, prioritize self-care. Invest energy in fulfilling personal interests and supportive relationships. Set boundaries if the unresponsiveness persists, and be willing to disengage from unhealthy connections that cannot treat you with basic respect. Though difficult, surrounding yourself with positive influences and focusing on internal validation cultivates true happiness, even amid being ignored or rejected by others. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.